Welcome everyone to the European Championship 2022. We're here with Team Disciples. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Yeah, I'm Patel. I won the European Championship just now, undefeated.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Weird flex, bro.
But we all top though.
Yeah.
So you all played the same list together?
Yeah.
Same list.
And what did you play and why?
I played this deck because it was like, after I tested it, it was really good into Sprite and Tears. And I felt like it was an insane meta call because it worked well against all like the non-engine hate. The deck was created by like Ben Robinson. Yeah, I got it from him. He like spent like hours and hours like too long on the plant stuff, and like he showed it to me, and I started testing it online, and like I was just winning games really easily, and I was like sold on it. Betty also played it for like the YOS.
Yeah.
It was like a UK event that was pretty
Did you
hard.
win that event?
Yeah, I won that.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
We didn't release the list, but it won like a really big event in the UK.
I think it's 3 card different.
Yeah, and we like from that event we like optimized it, and we gained a lot of information from that 7-0. Even though it went 7-0, it could have actually have been better. But it's the current list.
The plant pile.
All right, you're gonna have to explain a lot of these cards like I'm 5 years old. So.
Yeah, sure.
I think like
So it's vanilla.
That's crazy.
One card combo.
It's one card combo. It pluses. You kind of have to play this, but these are the ones that I think everyone knows. Like you get to search a lot of stuff from. But the Rikka cards are the insane cards, right? So this is the old card. These are the new cards. I'd say it might be a garnet, but it's not bad. Like the garnets in this deck aren't terrible.
Okay, so what do we have here?
So this is insane. Like this is the reason why you win games. And if you have this card engraved, like if it's like a grinding game, you win the game. So you summon him. Its effect is ignition effect. You can search a Rikka card from your deck to your hand. And its graveyard effect is so important because when you're grinding for resources, it always comes back. It comes back in your opponent's end phase.
Just tree one for a
And like it works well with like our other cards. Like we play Rivalry and Mystic Mine, and you can do like nice combos with it. Where you Undermine, you can kind of summon it end phase, like destroy your Mystic Mine and play. Or on the Rivalry where they're like slow, it keeps coming back. So you have like infinite recursion in theory. This is the new card in Power of the Elements. This is so nuts. Every Rikka card has 2 effects. This card just kind of special summons for free. That's all. You're just locked into plants. You can special summon it anytime you want in your main phase. And its second effect is, if you control a Rikka monster, you can just tribute a plant monster you control and shuffle this back from your hand or graveyard into your deck and just negate a monster effect. And this is like really insane, this format, especially with 2 elements when you're trading with their graveyard effects. There's also a field spell that lets you tribute your opponent's cards. So if they go like Kitalos, you literally go like effect, shuffle back into your deck, tribute their Kitalos and negate its effect. And since it all happens for cost, they don't get any of their effects.
They can't crow this side. They can't chain crow because it's cost.
Yeah, they can't chain crow or call it a grave because this shuffles in from cost.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a plus there. This searches the spell and trap card, and the field spell searches whatever you're missing. It's an extender, it tributes. It's pretty good. This one manipulates levels. Like the best one is the level 4 one because that makes you play around all the floodgates, kind of like Rivalry, not Rivalry, sorry. Dark Ruler. Level 4 just floats.
Level 4 just like crazy.
Slayer, like literally any floodgate.
This is just you need it as like a level when you tribute a guy you special summon him. So it makes the rank easier to make the rank 4. The Lone Fire is just something you can special summon off Jasmine. To like you have it like a Jasmine and you summon a guy, and if you need levels, you can tribute the link and then summon another guy. You can also do a play where if your hand's weird and you can just get to this, you summon this. You can tribute this, summon the seed back, and then go full seed combo, which is nice since you cleared your extra monster zone. As you can see, these are all the monsters that we played. We decided to play no monster hand traps. Because after we tested it, we thought they were really bad.
Yeah, so for the YOS I played, 3 Ash, 3 Crow.
Yeah. I think you just played 3 Ash.
Oh, it's 3 Ash.
We got a Crow just before that.
Yeah. So it's 3 Ash Implement. And then I found a lot of games, I was actually just not even activating the Ash. Because you just didn't need to, and my 4 cards just beat their board anyway. So like, there was no point in me using the Ash. So we just realised that why are we playing a card that doesn't do enough?
Yeah. Like Sprite and 2 elements are so broken that you can't really play fair cards like Ash. So the cards we decided to stop them, we kind of considered to be like very unfair cards that kind of just
Yeah, I think it's also worth mentioning just like some of our engine cards, like Moodin specifically. It's just a board breaker card. Like some of your engine is just board breakers with things like Concon. Treating their shit for cost is just everything is board breakers.
Yeah, it's just a board breaker.
Probably the best. To be fair, the card we should probably feature first is the field spell. This is like the new card in Power of the Elements. It's got such an insane effect. Like you can set a spell or trap card that I'll show you, which are just really good. And its second effect is like a layer of darkness. So when you activate guys for cost, you can when you need to activate one of these guys to tribute a plant, you can tribute their guys for cost. So stuff like this. And like a lot of times, since it's a new deck, people don't really know how to play against it. So if this resolves and they've got a full board, sometimes you just go like tribute toad for cost summon, and that's you're so far ahead. And like you, and since it's got 2 effects, you just plus a lot of it. It's also not a hard once per turn to tribute. So like when you're like grinding, you can literally go like effect tribute summon, add this back, set the spell. There's like I'll show you the spell later. Tribute again, which is sick. Yeah, and I'll show you the spell. You can search off it. This card's like also good. It's an old card. The card basically says it's like a rotor. You activate it, you can search a Rikka card, but it's also got a really insane second effect. You can tribute a plant monster and search You can search a Rikka card monster, but you can also search a plant monster with the same level. So paired up with this, it's like really good. Like you just go boom. So you gotta activate, set this, tribute their guy, and you can. The pairs are usually these for 2 level 4s, and this becomes like an instant rank 4. Or you add these 2, and this is obviously like a really strong combo. So yeah, like the recursion on this deck's really good because you usually end up with something like this, or you end up with this and like a Patel engrave, and the majority of the decks just have cards that they're non-engine cards to deal with the field. So they might clear the field, and if they don't kill you, this is coming back in the end phase. Sorry about the positioning. This is coming back in the end phase, and you have this on board, and you're essentially getting a search of this, getting a set from this, tributing one of their monsters, getting 2, so you've got 3. You're basically searching 3 cards, turn 3 if you're able to get to there. Yeah, which helps a lot.
This is also just like an important card because it's also like your mine out.
Yeah.
So as that came up a lot for like all of us, I'd say, it's just like they mine you, you go down to 1 plant, you activate this, you tribute it away, and it's just outed.
Yeah, like there's the way this deck interacts with all the non-engine cards that people play, like Super Poly. I'll show you the end board, but the Super Polys, the Dark Ruler No Mores, the Mystic Mines, like we just out it. And if they're playing like all these cards, like they're gonna be drawing dead cards against us. Crows are bad, ogres are bad. So yeah, it felt.
Like everyone was playing with like a 4/3 card hand against us, especially if, like those Sprite decks who were playing like 80 10 traps.
Yeah.
It had so many dead cards.
Like literally, I think someone ashed ogre, crowed me, and it was like fine. You search this off the seed with the dryer, sorry, and just it's for the combo.
Hard ring is also fine.
Hard run's also fine. You just make the
This is like an insane. This is like our E-Telly. You can control the monsters, special summon the seed, and you can try and go full combo. What else? These are our go second cards. Oh, these are non-engine. I might as well fan it out. And we play so many, and post side it gets really good. I think post side we're going like 14. Like the game 2 and game 3, it's like a 14 card difference, which is pretty sick.
Yeah, no, plus it gets it's like 55% chance to see 3 board breakers and 3 engine cards, which is absurd.
Yeah, and there's like so many different ways where you just win. Like against there's so many pairs, which something like this is like game versus a lot of decks. I can actually explain the exact scenario. So versus like Sprite, if you can get them to waste the smashes on anything, and you can bait the Toad Negate and you resolve Mystic Mine, that's FTK, essentially. Against 2 elements, if you're able to establish this, they don't usually have 1 Galaxy Cyclone. So if you're usually able to establish this, you win the game. And there's also like different combos where you see some crazy boards, but they do like the crazy Baron stuff. And if you have these like this pair, you also win. But yeah, there's like a lot of pairs where you're able to win going second, and it works with the Rikka field spell because you're just trying to break their board. I don't know if there's anything more you guys want to say on it.
I think the other thing I added with the Imperm is Imperm isn't just a way to stop combos. We don't really use it to stop combos. It's like
sometimes we just keep it in hand, like on their turn.
Keep it in hand, or like use it on specific targets. Things like Kickoff to stop them.
Right?
Yeah, like stop them to get the trap. Then they die Black Roller, that kind of thing.
What else? This is the best one to play because we don't lose the tactics. Because tactics is really bad for. If they see our hand,
that's what we're scared
if they see our hand and take our board breakers, we like lose. Like that we lose. This card was probably the best card for me today. Rivalry was the best card for me today because there's so many times. It's like for me it was like a second Mystic Mine. It's not a surprise that this pair won European championships and it also won the North American championships. Just because you just win so many games ignorantly. Yeah. You lock Tears, you can break Tears boards going second. Like you lock Sprite out if they go like swap. Like I played against a Life Twin guy.
Especially if they end on like dupe or that kind of thing. It's just
And this is probably the best disruption. I've literally won like a lot of my end boards have been like 1 Link Monster, 1 Rikka card. Like no disruptions, but just trap cards. So what this card says, you can tribute 1 plot. You can target 1 face of monster your opponent controls. That monster can't activate its effects. But you can also tribute a plant monster and steal it. So this card paired with Field Spell, you don't even need to have any monsters to do this. You literally go tribute 1, steal 1, and it works insanely well versus the Brave Engine. Like a lot of times they'll go token, Draco back, Griffin Rider, and they go Draco back effect to bounce. You go tribute their token, Draco Rider take their Griffin Rider, and that trade is like so nuts. Yeah, I can show you the end board, like how we like beat through Dark Ruler and Super Poly. The extra deck is like very tight. It's pretty much all plant cards. This is the one that does the whole combo.
I think the second effect of this with like crashing into it, like crashing into stuff is just.
There's like niche lines where you can plus from this because it's got an effect where you take damage, and a lot of people sometimes forget. So if they just leave this on board, and you can't attack it. So if you leave this on board and they hit directly, you get a plus, and then you can kind of, like I said, slowly.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's like going second to board as well. If they start like if they ash or dry something, and then you can crash it in, and you still get an additional monster. Yeah. Because you gain back the life point you take when you crash it, and just get 3 monsters, and then 3 Jasmines and that kind of thing.
And then this is just the search. This search too, because you like do a play where you gain life points to search off this effect, then you tribute, and it's like a lone fire. You use this to special summon one and to make the rank 4 that's a compulse. This one's a funny card. It's actually really cool. So you link summon it, you mill excavate 3, and you just summon the plants that you mill. But the one thing is you can't link summon with it, but the effects still work, and it's got an effect where the stuff it points to, you can manipulate levels, which helps with an XYZ play. Like in my top 8, I had nothing. I literally summoned this, and I sacked 2, and had a level 8 engrave, and I made rank 8, and that I really just got really lucky there. And the XYZs are like amazing. I know the plant XYZs are amazing because with the whole deck you're locked into plants. So this one searches one. Searches either a Rikka card, so you can add back the trap or any of the spells, or a plant monster from graveyard. So there's recursion in this card. But when you tribute it, you can special summon one of the big guys. So this one can negate monster effects, but it's also got an ability where you can equip the spell to it if you activate a spell. So the line you do is you can hold it for a spell, equip the spell, then you're able to negate mine. This one's just a quick effect, tribute monster for an effect. And that's really good against sprites, so you can kind of put them on no level 2s. And this is for the Slayer target.
Yeah, I think like against the sprite especially, just letting them have no monsters. It's just like that's your game plan.
Yeah, that's your game plan. They can't really.
And, like they have no answers because most of your cards will just stop them from having a monster. Like you don't need like half to interrupts most of the time.
Yeah.
You just stop them having monsters twice, and that's.
And sometimes it cancels their hands. Like all the hands with blues and jets and red, you get rid of 7 cards. You eliminate 7 cards if you put them on no monsters. But the side deck was amazing. I don't know about you guys. This is probably one of the biggest reasons why I won. I think because how well it was built and like how the deck looks game 2 and game 3 is like so amazing. So we put in like really good board breakers. So these are like the best. These are what we thought were like the best board breakers, right?
Yeah.
And they pair well. Everyone was on like combo tier elements. So this card just went in versus tier elements. And this card's obviously good against tier elements, but we actually put these in versus tier elements and sprite.
Yeah.
The only reason we put evenly versus sprite, they only have 1 toad. Like we've got so much stuff to debate out this 1 toad. Evenly trades the whole board.
Like you don't need to control monsters because you just think the total going to be by like a power spell.
Yeah.
And because they need by a power spell, like even if you activate the Rikka field spell, they have to negate, otherwise you tribute their things, and then just activate evenly.
The math on the deck post side is that you have a 51% of drawing at least 3 power spells going second into sprite.
And it's above 80% to see 2.
Yeah, which is like that's going second.
And quite often you only need 1 anyway.
And when you go first, you have the free rivalry, and then you have the free D barrier, and then you have the free opponent pointer, and then you obviously have the deck just naturally good, like going first because of the recursion. So you're just really stacked to see like insanely good cards going first that can trade with your opponent's whole hand. And you're like, all my opponents don't have like dedicated Rikka hate for it. It's kind of just like they just put in what they got. I'll show you how we play around the cool stuff. Like I'll show you the first combo. I can do it really quickly.
And the other thing about D-Barrier is we don't die to it.
Yeah, we don't die to it.
Like every other deck in the mess, like Sprite, all die to D-Barrier.
Some people might consider it the best card, one of the best cards to side in.
Yeah, because it doesn't die to evenly or anything like that, and we don't care. Even Scythe we don't really care about, because we just do like Rikka control.
Pretty much, we can just tribute their guys and like end on like, I've ended on so many weak boards where it's just like this, like a lot of the boards is, I get hand trapped and I end on nothing special just because,
Level 4.
no, it'll be something like this, I'll show you. It's like him, I'll just do it this way. Maybe, no, that was worse. The trap. Like, this is like a very weak board, but it does enough versus the current meta. Like you don't need to, if you know what to negate and hit, you're winning. So this lets you tribute one of them for one of these 2 effects. This lets you steal one, and this lets you negate a monster effect. And usually, a lot of the times, if you survive and you have this engraved, this comes back and you're getting free searches. And yeah, that's just enough to win games. But yeah, I can just show the quick.
So is there like a basic combo line in
Yeah,
this
yeah,
deck
yeah.
at all? Okay, cool.
There's like, so
seed,
so it's just, no, I'll show you the seed because it's like a seed with any nice pair. We could call it
So
one of
seed is
this,
like it's any Rikka plus any Rikka card.
any Rikka card.
Literally any of them.
So like, just let's say like Patel, I guess.
Let's say the worst one.
Okay, yeah, first one.
I'll do it, sorry about the angling, I'll do it the worst way. This is like the best, in my opinion, the best. This is what the board we go for game 1. Game 2, we make a board to play around Dark Ruler, but this board still plays around, make a board to play around evenly, but we still play around Dark Ruler with the board. So we summon this.
And it can't be, the end board cannot be super poly.
Can't be super poly, which is really big, this format. And Mystic Mine, we have an out for it. We've like efficient, I think it's fairly efficient.
Yeah, especially if you play like cards like Rivalry, because tiers can't play through Rivalry anyway.
Yeah, so if we can, we can try and lock them. But yeah, we essentially go Dryas, search, Soin, and Soin gets us Twin, and these two summon 2 guys. We link.
Oh, so you summon Thrasher.
Yeah, we don't use it for its effect. We can use it to OTK. It's a very, you can go to 3/2 and it can attack twice. But for this one, we just summon it for like.
Just a name, basically.
It's just a name.
Yeah, I think it's where like a lot of old time builds fail because they all went Jasmine Tribute, but we don't go just Jasmine Tribute.
So we go. You can search. You're gonna be searching 2 cards anyways.
Because healer lets you gain and you search for Jasmine. And your search is basically a summon because you're summon from hand anyway.
So I'll tribute. It's where you just search so much. Petal search.
Do it this way.
Yeah. What, is this the wrong way?
I don't know how I was doing it.
Well, this can tribute, this can search summon.
I know, the Premier is like the worst one.
Premier is the worst one. Usually, a lot of times you have access, every other world you have access to this, but this is the worst one.
Yeah.
Because it's any Rikka card and any other Rikka card can get to this, but...
Yeah, so normally you have Princess instead of
Premier, but this is the worst one.
Yeah.
Like, in any other scenario you have this, but you make everything 4. You overlay into this bad boy here, search back the Mudan. Well, to be fair, I forgot to search off the Mudan.
You search off his own anyway. Just change it 1, 2, 2.
You tribute. This guy comes back with a material. And when you activate a spell, now you can get a spell equipped to it. Usually, if you this guy's got an effect engrave which protects link monsters.
Basically Baylinks, right?
Basically Baylinks for links. So if you can have another spell, it's better. But it's not the worst doing this. A lot of times, one of my opponents, Ogre Jasmine, I just went Banish and it was pretty nice.
It's really good against, like, it protects against Gamma completely. Like, because the summon and add are basically the same effect with us, protecting from Gamma and then just using the other effect is really, really strong.
Like, it wastes a lot. And then you set the trap.
So this is your typical end boards.
Kind of, yeah. We don't want to commit too much because we care about follow up.
We still make the Strenner and the...
Yeah, we still make more. Sorry.
It's
Sorry, these two.
not quite there.
Make it level 4. This guy summons back a guy. You make Bengal Lancer. So the ideal world is you end on something like this, right? So you have a bounce, you have a monster negate,
Or spell negate.
or a spell negate, and then you have 3 interruptions. You have a monster to tribute. You have the ability to tribute one of your opponent's monsters. Since you're tributing 2 cards, you also have the ability to tribute this. So this is 1 tribute, this is 1 steal, this is a monster negate, and when this card is tributed, you overlay into him. So this is 4. So in a world where they dark rule you and play cards like out your board, they just lose. So you're kind of just trading with like 4 cards against like their 3 a lot of times. Like, I feel like.
Like Dark Ruler, you still have 4 negates.
Yeah.
Especially like, again, tiers tributing their guys' cost. Tiers do not trigger when you tribute this cost. So like that's just makes
So
them,
big.
Like tiers and Sprite matchup is like a buy.
Like our interactions interact so well with Tears and Sprite because we have monster negates and we have cards to tribute their monsters. So Sprite struggle to get level 2s on board, and our deck can also stop material element effects engraved to shuffle back. It's only really the rogue matchups that we struggle against because between us we won 40 matches, right?
40 matches.
We won 40 matches, 2 draws, 5 losses. My only draw was to Flunder. You lost to Altergeist in Top Cut.
Oh my
Which
God.
is like, it's just a bad matchup, and you lost the Pendulum Graph.
I lost the time pendulum graph.
Because we just,
There is not a single out of time pendulum
yeah,
graph
we just
in our
don't,
main deck.
we just don't have interactions
And
with
then
trap
game
cards.
3, yeah, oh no, can't.
And you lost the Flunder too. You lost the Flunder.
My losses were to Flunder and then just like an unfortunate break.
Yeah, like we can lose to Sprite, but considering we won 40 matches into Sprite tiers, just shows how good the deck is. And like the hands we were drawing were just really good going second because we had so many like win cons going second. It was like, it's not to say I got very lucky on the day, but yeah. And usually we don't tend to end on if game post side we just end on this. Like we would end on like a very less board, because all you need to do is just stay alive. Because if we stay alive, this comes back and we're going up 3. Like we don't want to lose to a Mystic Mine. Like we don't want to lose to an evenly matched. But if we do get evenly matched, the worst case scenario, we get evenly matched. So this happens. We can where's the guy? We can tribute him to negate a monster, and he comes back. We could either summon one of these two.
Yeah.
And like sometimes it's enough for us. They can't kill you. And since they can't kill you,
Petal comes back and it's
Petal
game.
comes back and it's
Yeah.
game. Like if they can't kill you, this comes back and you win. But you need to stop the gigantic sprite because it locks you from summoning this back. So that's what your aim of the game is. As soon as they try to make gigantics, like hit it, so this can come back. That's like the main.
That's the game plan.
That's the game plan.
Especially if they're in that line, because you don't add when you don't have like the Moon Tribute. You're ending on more cards in hand because you're adding back strength, so you always have like so many resources.
I don't think they know what those cards mean, bro.
But rank 4 adds back a card from grave, and in the combo where you only end on Strand plus Bengalancer, you get to keep that card in hand, so you have so many resources.
But yeah,
Even through
it was just an insane metacle because I thought it was just an insane metacle. No one really knew how to play against it perfectly, so they're just playing into like the punish lines. And like we all did well. That shows how strong the deck is.
Like first off the
Swiss,
first, 8th, and 18th.
18th, yeah.
Which is nuts, bro. Like yeah, which is
The worst was of like you like the best X2, right? Like
Yeah,
one of the
one
high-
of the higher ones.
like your losses were like Herman. Like your losses were like
Yeah.
strong players.
Like I was X11 and you were X01.
Yeah.
So obviously a lot of time and effort went into this list, so it was definitely well deserved.
Yeah, Ben's the one that found the deck. I would say massive shout out to Ben.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time on it, but like everyone worked together. Like especially the finalist from the Croash list, it wasn't so great.
Oh, the Croash list.
We don't talk about the Croash
We
list.
don't talk about the Croash list.
Any final closing statements, shout-outs?
Yeah, shout outs to the team.
Shout out to Team
Obviously,
Disciples.
massive. Yeah,
I think I shout out to Zero as well.
tier 0.
Smart, yeah.
All my friends and family back home that were like rooting for me. Brother Michael from the Rubber Games. To be fair, there's too many, man, and it's been a long day.
Too many,
Team
it's
UK.
been a
Team
real-
UK.
Yeah, Team UK.
Let's go. Woo!
European gamers, all the people.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, awesome. Congratulations. Thank you everyone for watching. Leave any questions, comments down below, and see you next time.